So guys, as an international student, you should be targeting this country. Now, this is a country that has at least 98 visa rate, all right? But the funniest thing is that this country does not have embassies in almost most of our countries. Let me put it this way, especially in the African continent. So what you basically need to do is either you go to another country, all right, or you have to use the VFS, and sometimes the VFS is only for those in Nigeria. Now, if you want to apply to this country, you have to apply via the VFS in Abuja, all right, or in Lagos. I do not know where the VFS is in Nigeria, but you have to use the VFS sometimes for visa application. And this country has a lot of advantages, all right. You can quickly move to this country via the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. That is advantage number one. You can move to this country with your family in case you have an admissions and you want to go and study in this country. That is advantage number two. You can move to this country if you have little money. Let's say the proof of funds, all right, to apply for a study visa to this country is just between 5,000 to 7,000 euros maximum, all right. That is advantage number three. Now, the proof of funds has to be in such a way that if you have a guarantor, you are going to show letters, that is pay slips from your guarantor alongside a sponsorship letter, all right. That is how you are going to show or demonstrate the proof of funds at the level of the VFS, let me say the VFS officials or the embassy. The embassy is found in Egypt. The embassy, there is another embassy in South Africa, all right. That of Egypt, it is found in Cairo. That in South Africa is in Pretoria. Then you equally have another one in Tripoli, Libya, all right. Then you have another one in Rabat, Morocco. Now, Nigerians, you are going to be applying using the VFS, all right, and other African countries, you need to verify if you have to go to all these neighboring countries I mentioned, or you are going to be applying from Nigeria, all right. Now, there are various things I want to talk about this school. There is also affordable tuition fee. Tuition fee that with 800 euros, you can study a degree program. And I will be focusing on so many aspects. I will talk about the application. I will talk about the tuition. I will equally talk about the jobs, all right? I will talk about the exams, admission documents, visa documents. Now, this country I'm talking about, what is the name? It is called Croatia. I took time to make this video because a lot of followers, or let me say a lot of my followers, demanded that I bring a video like this, and I equally see your comments, all right. I may be pretty busy, but I will always read your comment. And for those who need a one-on-one consultation with me, if you have doubts about your study abroad journey, if you don't know what to do, I am here to guide you. Trust me, when I call you, you are going to enjoy what I'm going to tell you, and you would escape from scammers. Yesterday, a lady called me, and I noticed that a lot of people don't understand how study abroad is, because when I told her that her son needs proof of funds to move to Canada, she was like, what is proof of funds? And when I explained to her, she was very shocked. These are people that are very vulnerable to these thieves in Africa. So if you have doubts, contact me, all right. Links will be down there. If you need an admission as well, it is good. Now, Croatia usually start applications for admissions around January, and the admission closes sometimes in May. So if you are looking to apply to universities, there are a lot of schools in Croatia, including maybe the University of Zagreb and other universities as well. So I will be talking about some of these schools in Croatia, so that if you want to apply for, you should apply to universities over there, all right. This is why this channel is on. We have to be talking about the schools that we need. Now, another thing is the application has a central system, all right. I'm going to put a link in the video description box so you can verify that link to see if you are going to apply to which programs. You just need to search with respect to a university, with respect to a program, and with respect to what you actually need, all right, so that you can apply for a program in Croatia. Now, another thing you need to know, like I already explained to you guys, tuition fee in this country is very low, affordable. 800 euros to like maybe 3,000 euros. It all depends on the university, and it equally depends on the program you want to go for, all right. Now, let's take a look at the programs. Most programs in Croatia range from science, social sciences, arts, the law, and so many others, engineering programs. But most of the programs, that is one thing I realized, all right, and it is rare in Europe. Most of the programs in Croatian universities, they last for 1 year, all right. Even if you don't have them most, but you can still have programs that are going to last 1 year, all right. So you just need 1 year to study in Croatia. And another very important advantage is that the permit that you are going to get while studying in Croatia is very flexible. Well, you are going to get a 3-month study visa. When you arrive Croatia, you need to meet the local immigration officials or the police to explain your desire with them and show them your accommodation contracts, and of course you do your residence permit. And what is also available is that they are going to do the permit for you depending on the number of years you are going to study in this country, all right. So you should pay attention to all these details. They are very, very important. Now, you should equally understand that there are documents you are going to be submitting, and as an international student, your documents are different from someone who is going for a skilled worker option or the unskilled job options. Yes, there are jobs in Croatia as well, and you can get skilled jobs, you can get unskilled jobs. The country is not a very big country, but it is now in the Schengen, all right. If you didn't know, Croatia recently joined the Schengen country. So if you're in Croatia, you can move to other Schengen countries like Latvia, Lithuania, Egypt, or sorry, not Egypt, but Germany, Poland, and the other countries. Or if you are in these countries, you can equally move to Croatia very easily. It is not going to be difficult this time, all right. Now, admission documents vary from school to school and program to program. You should equally understand that most programs in Croatia may require you to write an entrance examination, so you should be versed with this. Most of the schools in Europe now are asking international students for entrance examination, so get used to this and know this very well. All right, there are equally scholarships in Croatia, so you need to work on that or know that. I already talked about the proof of funds. Now I will be talking about some documents that you need in order to apply to this country, all right, this European or this Schengen country I am talking about. The very first document you need is your international passport. You need the international passport, and if you want to apply for a visa to Croatia, make sure that the international passport you are using should have a validity upon your return date. For example, if you are going to come back, all right, maybe probably after 2 years or 1 year, make sure your international passport is still valid within this day. Because at the end of the day, if you don't present such a passport to the immigration officials, they are not going to give you a visa or a C visa or a student visa to Croatia. The visa you are going to get as a student is not a Schengen visa, all right. The visa type is a C visa, and a Schengen visa, someone asked me yesterday, a Schengen visa is a visa for less than 90 days. But however, some people think that because the country they are going to into the Schengen zone is in the Schengen, the visa that they are getting is equally called the Schengen visa. It is not like that, all right. Your visa as an international student going to study in a Schengen country can never be a Schengen visa. Even if it's a Schengen visa, there must be some stuff on it, all right. Your own has a particular name you can call it. So you should understand, a Schengen visa would take you maximum 90 days in Europe and you have to leave, all right. If it expires, you are in trouble except you renew the visa. These are some of the things that international students don't understand. The next document you need to apply for universities in Croatia is your birth certificate. Of course, your birth certificate is the document to show that when you were born, your parents' details, and where you were born, and all those details, all right. So you need that document as well. Then if you are applying, you need the application form before you apply to the university. And remember, these are documents before you apply to the university, all right. You need an application form for the program. You have to fill that. You need recommendation letters and CVs, all right. You have to fill that. Make sure you are using the Europass CV, because I equally encourage students, or you in particular watching me now, guys, did you subscribe? Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much, all right, and click that like button for me. Now, if you do not have all these documents, it may be difficult for you to get the admissions to study in this particular country. So you have to be very strategic when you are doing your admissions. Again, you need proof of language proficiency. I already explained this, so you have to understand how it means. Some universities in Croatia may charge you an application fee. Meanwhile, others may not desire the application fee. It is the same procedure like in Poland, in some schools in Poland and other countries like Germany. All right. So you should equally understand that Europe is looking for labor force. So if you move to Croatia, there is a tendency that you are going to work in Croatia. Now, understand that if your visa is for 4 years, 4 year study program, your visa will be given to you for 4 years, and after you finish your school, you can remain in Croatia. Remember I said you can migrate with your family. You can remain in Croatia after you finish your education and look for a job. All right, and with that job you just need to work 1 year, just 1 year, and you get permanent residency. All right, in Europe, most European countries, it is not that difficult to get the permanent residency, but what most people usually look for, they always target the Americas and the Canadas, which are sometimes very difficult to even get. So you have to put this into consideration. Application fee in most Croatian universities is between 50 to 73 or 75 dollars. All right, so that is something you should put into consideration. Remember I said you can move with the family, and with just 1 year after school, or maybe after your bachelor's degree of 4 years, you are going to get, or you are almost eligible to apply for the PR. Now let's talk about the documents you are going to be using to apply for your visa application if you are going to Croatia, or if you intend to go to Croatia. The first document is your previous visas, in case you have moved around before. In case you have other visas to other countries, then you should try to present this particular passport to the Croatian embassy. All right, especially if you had a rejection from the European Union before. Let's assume that you wanted to go to Germany and you have a rejection. It may not affect you that much. All right, but I think even if it wants to affect you, it shouldn't be a rejection. It should be a deportation from another European country. Okay, so with that, you are free to move. You need a visa application form as well. All right, after previous visas is the visa application form, then to their international passport. It is very, very important. To your admissions letter. International passport is a travel document. Your admissions letter is the reason you want to move to Croatia. All right, put this into consideration. You equally have to show the purpose of travel. All right, I already explained that before. You need flight itinerary, and of course you need a medical insurance. Without a flight itinerary, you may not apply. Remember I always say that you are just booking the flight. All right, you are not paying, you are just booking the flight. You book it and you leave on booking.com. Equally, I think there is accommodation options for you to get accommodation using these books. All right, and equally you need a health insurance. There are a lot of insurance companies around, maybe AXA, Swisscare, and others. You can check them online and buy an insurance from them. All right, if you find the insurance fee to be, or they say if you find somewhere and they are saying that you need 30,000 euros to prove insurance, just know that that is the figure the insurance company need to write on your insurance paper. All right, but however, you just need to pay some small money. When you go to most embassies website and they are talking about this, they will always drop the fee there. So that is something you should put into consideration. And equally understand that you need proof of accommodation and visa application fee. These are very important documents that you need in order to apply for a student visa to Estonia. Remember I said this Estonia, sorry, not Estonia by the way, but to Croatia. And remember I said in Croatia, there is a tendency to get the visa, all right, no matter what you do. Almost same like the Czech Republic, but sometimes wrong category, long filling of the Czech visa application form gets a lot of students into problems. So you have to be very strategic when you are doing all these things. And remember that there are a lot of schools. I already talked about the Rijeka University. I talked about Zagreb already. Please remember, Europe is going to be competitive this year. All right, so if you haven't applied to your university, do not waste more time, because the more the time you waste, students get their own offer letters and they start their visa application. Like I said, there is a VFS center in Abuja, and you can equally move to Croatia via Algiers, which is in Algeria, Cairo, which is in Egypt, and of course Tripoli in Libya, and Rabat in Morocco. These are the countries in Africa that has some of the countries that have the Croatian embassy. So please make sure you follow up with this application.